Man has always known that the most effective form of slavery isn't physical, it's mental. If you can put chains on a man's mind, then you have no need to put chains on his body. And the best way to enslave a person's mind is to control the knowledge they are allowed to receive. It was at the beginning of the 20th century that we see this methodology take on a frightening scientific precision. It's called censorship. Censorship is when someone else, other than you, decides whether or not you should be allowed to hear or see something before you're even told that the thing being censored even exists. This form of mass mind control was used to great effect by despotic regimes like the Soviets and the Communist Chinese. And we're seeing history repeat itself today on YouTube. No one was surprised when firebrands like Sergeant Willie Pete had their accounts closed. But when we saw Soul and Black meet the same fate, it became clear there was a movement at work, and its goal was to silence the voices of black men. YouTube is filled with videos by white supremacists, racial segregationists, outright Klansmen, and females who produce videos with nothing but absolute venom toward black men. And yet, these videos are allowed to remain. However, when Black Truth Hurts posted his erudite and, frankly, antiseptic videos talking about Black Egypt, his account was swiftly removed. No explanation was given. Well, I'm here to give you the explanation today. A small group of petty but loud black females have taken it upon themselves to target anyone with whom they disagree. In tactics that would make Senator Joseph McCarthy proud, these females create multiple YouTube accounts, and then they sign in under each one and flag whichever video they want to remove. They all agree to coordinate on which videos they want to try to remove, and they all jump you at the same time. This creates the false effect of making it seem like your video was flagged dozens of times, when in fact it's only the same 4 or 5 malcontents. In just the last 2 weeks, we've seen them target Thugtician, Dane 411, Black Truth Hurts, Calvary is Here, and, more recently, myself. There is no point in looking to YouTube to stop this injustice. YouTube is not an innocent bystander. They are willing participants. Their so-called community guidelines apparently can't see anyone other than black men, and they never explain exactly what it was that made your video worthy of removal. And more recently, it's been brought to my attention that the females involved with these campaigns are getting inside information that could only be received from YouTube. I don't know if it's an angry black female or an angry white male, but when you see the same type of person, black men, constantly being harassed, maligned, and persecuted, while all others are left untouched, you can only come to one reasonable conclusion. You are being targeted. So, the question becomes, what do we do about it? I suppose we could try to ignore them, but we're already ignoring them. The problem is, they are not ignoring us. Another option is that we could just abandon the fight and concede defeat. But you know the Black Authority is not doing that. So the final option is, we stand. At this place, at this time, we grip our blades, we hoist our flags, and we make our stand. Here. We will not concede even one more inch. Their plan is going to fail. Because the reason censorship doesn't work is because you can only censor someone who isn't willing to die for what he believes. To censor someone, he must be more afraid of what you will do to him if he is not silent than he is of what will happen to him if he is silent. Because a man is nothing except what he believes. And if he'll stand for nothing, then he lives for nothing. I didn't come here and start posting videos because I wanted to make a name for myself. I did it because I saw some things I knew were wrong, and I didn't see anyone else pointing it out in a plain, civil, intelligent manner. I knew I was attacking the savages, and I knew at some point they would come. Well, here they are. So what do? Do we run and hope they go away? Do we give in to their demands and hope they don't try to hurt us again? Do we give them whatever they want and watch as their ever-present cesspool that they've turned our society into expands? Well, I don't know about you, but just like the people of China and the former Soviet Union learned, you cannot appease a vicious animal who wants to devour you. You cannot feed him your leg and then think he will not demand the rest of you. You have to stand against the vicious beasts. You have to fight the barbarians at the gates. Because at the end of the day, the mind is the most powerful way to enslave someone. But it is also the ultimate object that will set them free. This isn't going to be easy. Our enemies have turned Black America into a slum, and now they are demanding their right to keep it that way. They love the booty shakers, the prostitutes, and drug dealers, and gangster rappers, and they are now demanding that the civilized among us not breathe a word. Well, I am. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to try to appease them. I'm not going to bargain, and I'm not going to be silent. I know what I believe in, and I'm going to fight for it. Now, who's going to give in and get down on their knees and beg for their lives? And who's coming with me?